Beryl Wiseman, editor of the Suburban, back with you on the Suburban Radio Hour. And now we go to Mike Cohen, man who knows everything there is to know about what you want to do when you're going to go and entertain yourself. Mike, what you got for us?
Well, thank you very much, Beryl. Pleasure to be back on the Suburban Radio Hour on CJAD Radio. First off, hats off to Morgan Cookie Lazarus. In my column this past week in the Suburban, I had the news that he's retired. He's a well-known attorney in Montreal, started Lazarus Charbonneau about 50 years ago. It now becomes Lazarus Legal. He's staying on as an advisor. Edwin Monzon, who started off with him articling many years ago, takes over the firm. And you can read about it in my column in the Suburban. Hamza Haq, best known for his leading role of Bashir Hamed in the medical drama television series Transplant on CTV. He stars with Anna Maguire in a new film called Love and a Major Organ. I got to see it in advance. It premieres at movie theaters across Canada April the 12th. And you could watch my interview with both of them on our Suburban on-air video platform. Also check out that platform for my interview with Sophie Nalise. I got to meet her in person the other day in advance of her amazing Holocaust film, Irina's Vow. She's also known for her role in Yellow Jackets. With the Just for Laughs Festival canceled for this summer and perhaps forever, promoter Sid Coulthard is stepping up to fill the void with Montreal's Got Jokes. He'll take his Montreal Comedy Club concept, which is already growing in popularity and size, and present a series of shows at venues in and around Montreal from July 15th to the 31st. I dropped by the Melrose Resto Bar on Saint Laurent Boulevard in Little Italy last week, where I enjoyed some fine cuisine and stand-up comedy. And before the show, I talked to Sid, who also happens to be the brother of Sugar Sammy. And here's a little bit of our conversation. Well, I'm here at Melrose Restaurant with Sid Coulthard, who is a big comedy promoter in Montreal, and he's got a really great thing, the Montreal Comedy Club. But the Montreal Comedy Club, Sid, is not one club. Explain how it works.
Well, we partner up with different venues around Montreal, and we produce shows at their venues. So I think we're up to about 12 regular venues at the moment, and then we're expanding we're expanding rapidly. Especially this summer, I think we're going to be up to about 20 venues.
So you're looking at also places that didn't have comedy clubs before, and maybe they can't support a permanent one, but you can do it a couple of days a week, 1 day a week, 1 day a month, whatever.
That's it. The whole idea behind it is to support local businesses and drive business towards their venues. So on days where they're not busy, we'll do a comedy show and we'll try to pack the house and get them some extra revenue.
I have to ask you, Just for Laughs has been suspended at least for this summer, but comedy, though, is alive and well in Montreal. It seems to be doing better than ever in general.
Yeah, it's thriving here, especially with us. We're doing, it's our best year so far. And also we're doing our own festival this summer from July 15th to 31st. It's going to be we're not going to take over Just for Laughs, but we're trying to at least fill the void for the local comedians. So it's the festival is called Montreal's Got Jokes. We may not have Just for Laughs, but we do have jokes. So it'll be from July 15th to the 31st, and we're going to be working with about 20 to 25 venues, and we're going to try to hit about 50 shows.
That's really great news. Now, I will conclude by asking you about your brother, because your brother is Sugar Sammy, and obviously comedy is running in the family.
Yeah, it's amazing. He started out maybe 30 years ago, and to watch him grow was a great experience for us. And I got into it almost by accident, and now here we are. This is our fourth or fifth year. I think we're in our fifth year right now. With COVID, so I would say solid 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're expanding, and hopefully we can keep it going for a while to come.
And I will ask one more thing. Sometimes Sugar Sammy shows up unexpectedly to some of your shows, right? People for the Montreal Comedy Club never know he might step out of the audience and perform.
Yeah, he's come pretty often. This year, I think he's made upwards of 20 appearances. Whenever he has time, he wants to try out new material or just warm up, he'll come by and he'll do a couple, a set or two, or he'll try out his new jokes. So it's always fun to see him and see his new material.
Well, you're doing great. Thank you, Sid.
Thanks, Mark.
Well, I thank Sid for giving me his time and some more notes to share with you on the entertainment scene. The beautiful rolling hills of Ireland hold many stories and secrets. The Hudson Players will present Dancing at Loch Nessa by the great Irish playwright Brian Friel. West Islander Donna Byrne directs the Friel's Tony Award-winning masterpiece. It goes until April the 14th at the Hudson Village Theatre. Just go to hudsonplayers.ca for all of the details. Craig Morrison will be performing his 24th annual Roots of Rock and Roll. I Want to Hold Your Hand, the 60th anniversary of the British invasion. It's usually a sold-out event. It's at the Oscar Peterson Hall at Concordia University, Loyola campus in NEG. And new this year, the show's at tea time. Yep, 3 p.m. Saturday, April the 13th. Get ready for a crash course on the miracles of two hands, what two hands can accomplish. Bilingual speaking fingerstyle guitar legend Don Ross is embarking on a tour of Quebec and Ontario that will have jaws dropping at the sounds one man can make when there's nothing but strings and frets to come between them. He's got 12 concerts, and one is going to be April 12th at Montreal's La Salsa Rosa. A lot going on. Check out my blog, Cohen Confidential, on the website, my entertainment notebook for all the details. Beryl, thank you very much. And everybody, have a great week.
Thank you, Mike, for that great report. And this is the Suburban Radio Hour on the CJD 800. And now we go to our weather specialist, Stephen Bellina. Steve, what's been going on and what we got for this week?
Good evening, Montreal. I'm Stephen Bellina, and this is the Suburban Weather Minute. Spring threw us a curveball last week as a big winter storm moved up the eastern seaboard, pushing snow and strong winds into the St. Lawrence Valley. When I was pre-recording this segment last week, that storm was not even on our radar. Shows you how quickly winter storms can develop in the month of April. Not unusual. What is unusual is the type of winter we've had, the fact that our two biggest snowstorms occurred as bookends. December 3rd and 4th when 35 centimeters fell, and of course on April 3rd and 4th when we had in excess of 20 centimeters. The snow caused lots of problems. There were numerous accidents on area roads. Several school boards decided to close for the day. Additionally, almost 290,000 Quebec homes and businesses were left without power due to the weight of the snow on tree limbs, which came in contact with the power lines. Believe it or not, the high on Wednesday was 10 Celsius. Temperatures dropped quickly on strong northeast winds, and the rain turned to snow Wednesday night, and we were left with the mess on Thursday. The silver lining to all this is that high pressure is now moving into the area. Skies are going to clear out. They have cleared out this weekend, and we are looking at a brilliant day tomorrow for the solar eclipse. Let me remind you, sunglasses do not work. You need eclipse glasses. The eclipse begins at 2:14 in Montreal, ends at 4:36. Totality will be reached at 3:27, lasting about a minute and 30 seconds. It'll be a spectacular event, once in a lifetime. So if you can get out there and see it, do so. I will be. I'm looking forward to it, very excited about it. So again, totality at 3:27 for about a minute and a half. And I'm going to wrap up tonight by talking about the month of March, continuing the trend of mild months, another month well above normal. Most of the month had daytime highs above freezing. The average for the month, 2 Celsius, which is a full 4 degrees above the normal of -2 Celsius. Only 17 centimeters of snow fell for the entire month. That is only 42% of normal. So amazing that in the first few days of April, we exceeded that amount very quickly. You can always get an updated forecast during the week at thesuburban.com under the blog tab, the Suburban Weather page. Until next week, I'm Stephen Bellina.
Thanks for that, Steve. This is the Suburban Radio Hour. We'll be right back with sports editor Mark Lidbetter and his special guest, Chevrolet Cup Honorary President Kim St. Pierre. But first, let's go to the traffic desk.